All right, welcome back to our Getting More Patients course. I'm excited to talk more about different selling strategies. So, right now, we're going to talk about upsells, how you can provide more value and get more patients in the door and filling up your schedule by upselling. So, tell us a little bit more about what is the upsell.
Well, basically, the upsell is, you get someone to agree to want to buy something,
Mm-hmm.
and then you give them an offer that's similar to what they just bought, where they can purchase more.
Okay.
And essentially, you want to be doing this. Obviously, you want to make sure you're selling stuff that they can actually use. You don't want to just give them like anything.
Right.
But so you want to be thinking of the Amazon.com model. You buy something, and they always suggest, here's another offer. Or if you've
Right.
ever purchased a web domain from GoDaddy, you can see there's like 800 upsells before you get to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And my guess is it's obviously working because they've been doing it for years.
Right.
And they haven't even changed a lot of their upsells pages.
Right.
And so what you want to do is, if you're spending money on marketing and advertising and working real hard and getting them on the phone and doing all that stuff, you don't want it to go to waste by being afraid to ask them, would you like to also, do this
Right.
or purchase that?
I love that idea, especially from the Amazon standpoint, right? Amazon's a big giant out there. What do they do every time you click on anything?
Yeah.
It's like, here's what other customers bought,
Yeah.
right? Customers that bought what you bought or looked at what you looked, this is what they wound up
Yep.
purchasing. So you're like, oh, yeah. And how many times have you seen that and been like, oh, that really would be a good idea to make sure I buy extra
Yeah.
ink with that printer or whatever that is, right?
Yep.
Makes a ton of sense. Why wouldn't we provide that same level of value? I've been grateful many times that Amazon does that because I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man, that would have been a
Yeah.
huge bummer if I'd
Yeah.
have bought that and not gotten that
And
to
what,
go with
and
it.
what are they doing? Selling the help.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely.
They're just,
Selling
they're
to
just
help.
helping you out. It's just people receive sales pitches when it's relevant to them
Right.
and
Oh,
when it's
absolutely.
actually useful and helpful.
Right.
If it's not, and it's just like, hey, I'm gonna just sell you some random thing here. You never told me you needed it. I don't
Right.
even. That's where sales gets
It's-
that bad rap.
Right. No, definitely. And so if you can provide value to them of like, hey, this is what my other patients often do too. When they sign up for this plan, they also do this because that provides more value to their plan of care. That's huge. And you can really help people out. And whether that's, hey, most people also buy this foam roller for this condition. We wind up, using a foam roller quite a bit. We have some in stock so you don't have to go find one. Like,
Yeah.
check out this foam roller or whatever that is in your clinic or your setting. There are certain things that you can upsell them to that really provide value
Yeah.
and aren't just selling
Well,
stuff.
The other thing is too, so you may be wondering how and when to do this. So
Yeah.
the timing of when you do this is critical. So if you notice, like Amazon usually does it after you like have agreed to buy one thing, and then
Mhm.
they say other customers have also bought this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they've tested other methods, but in person, you typically don't want to go like, hey, you're here for a Toyota. Well, why don't you get a Ferrari?
Yeah.
What that does is it breaks up the flow of them saying yes. Instead of, if you get them to go, well, I'm going to buy this, and their card is out or they got the checkbook out, then you ask, would you like to X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even McDonald's does it when they go, would you like fries? That's after you've committed to, yeah, I would like the hamburger.
Right.
You said I
it's
want
so
this.
true. I've never thought about
Yeah,
that.
then they go, would you like fries with that?
Right.
They don't just say, hey, do you want fries and a Coke and a milkshake and a this and a that?
Right.
That's too much at once. And we get overwhelmed and we go, you know what, never mind. Or let me think about this.
Right. Yeah, the let me think about this is a question that, or is a statement that really lets you know that they're not fully sold yet.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you get that, it's a perfect time to ask another question.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So one of the things you could use when they go, let me think about it, is to try to, this is one of my old sales coaches taught me this, which is isolate an objection. You can't overcome something that doesn't exist. And so what you want to do is look at objections are good and think, how do I get an objection like that? You want to actually like try to get one. So you go,
Fair enough.
is it down payment? Is it money? Is it a contract? Is it, there's, whatever the objection is, try to figure it out. It almost doesn't even matter what the question is. Like, is it because the sky's blue? Is that why you don't want to sign up to it? You
Right.
just want them to give you something. Like,
Right.
well, I'm not signing up today because, my husband told me not to, spend X amount of dollars today because we're buying a new house.
Right.
Well, maybe that objection could help you. Like, well, maybe you have financing options.
Right.
I said, well, you can pay a little bit today and then the rest at the end of the next month or something.
Yeah. Yeah. It opens you up to being able to solve their problem versus them just being like, all right, see you
Yeah.
later, and I'll call you.
Let me think
You know,
about
let
this.
me think
Well,
about it.
They're going to think about it, leave, and go somewhere else where they actually ask the question,
Mhm.
what are you concerned about or worried about? And then they're going to overcome it, and then they get the sale. So your work
Right.
ends up being their sale.
Yeah. Right. Happens all the time.
Yep.
So upsells really are an important way of helping to provide value as well as, keep them spending more money with you. And like we talked about, making money isn't bad. It allows you to provide the experience that you want to provide your clients. And so it's a big thing to be able to find other ways to help provide more value to them as well as make more income off of each patient.
Yep.
And that way you can really provide more to each one. So upsells, critical piece, an important selling strategy. It's all about the timing of when you do it.
And it's one of the fastest ways to grow your business.
Yeah, definitely.
Instead of trying to focus only on the customer acquisition, which costs a lot more money,
Mm-hmm.
try to focus on upselling the clients that are in front of you,
Right.
and you'll be more profitable.
Oh, definitely. If you want to make yourself less busy, so see the same amount of patients, but be more profitable so that you can provide that better experience to your patient, what a better way
Yep.
than to upsell them and find ways to add more value and make more profit.
Yep.
It's huge. All right. Thanks so much. What a great strategy. We definitely need to be implementing this for sure. Awesome stuff. Join us in our next video for more sales strategies. Thanks.